Alright, so we're going to change out our capacitor on our air conditioner. So this is something that over the years I've had these capacitors go bad, usually at the worst possible times, a couple different times on a Sunday in the middle of summer, and you know, not having one on hand, not knowing that that's what the problem was, had to have help fixing it. And so finally just kind of realized that these capacitors really don't seem to last that long, and they're not expensive to do, just to buy on Amazon and have them in stock. So I started just planning when I would change these. So I change my capacitor every year. And so this is November for us here in South Louisiana. Our air conditioner is still running occasionally, but it's kind of the end of the year. So I just did a coil cleaning. I'll put a link to that video in the video description. And now I'm going to change out the capacitor. So anytime you work on your AC unit, your first step is to locate your disconnect. Going to open it up, and this, I've already got mine out, but this would be in there, and you would just grab it, this part with your fingers, and pull it out. Some people turn them around and set them back in. I like to just set mine on top of the box, and then I go ahead and close the box, especially because when I was cleaning the coil I used a hose. Didn't want water splattering up there and stuff like that. But right now, so there's no power to the unit, so it's important to remember though that capacitors hold energy. So even with no power, you could get zapped by a capacitor. So I have a weird setup, so I know that, and my HVAC friend knows that. So we figured out something that works for me. Do not use my video for normal wiring. So typical wiring on a capacitor, you've got 3 points on a dual capacitor, and you'll find out that they're labeled C for common, Herm, and fan. And the typical setting for dual capacitor wiring would be the fan would be brown, the Herm would be yellow, and the common would be red or purple. That's typical. Mine's not typical. A few years back we decided to separate it and run the fan off its own capacitor due to some issues we were having. So you notice the fan one over here isn't even being used, and so I can't really explain that. It's just it works for us, so I just change them both out. And so I'm just gonna show you how we do that and some ways to test capacitors. I'm gonna go ahead and go through that with you. So what I have is a 5 microfarad. That's what that symbol is. Sometimes it's MF. This is the Greek mu microfarad, and so that's going to change out my fan capacitor. And then and sometimes I'll put a note on when I last did it and leave it in there. I did it on September 13th of 2024. Alright, so this is our 70/5 microfarad. That's what my unit takes. So you can look at your capacitor and you can just read it, and then you can get on Amazon and use the small m for microfarad. So you could write 70/5 MF capacitor and different things would come up. So this says fan right there, this says Herm, and this says C for common. So anyway, that's what we have. So this is our new one. So I'm just going to write the date, today's date, on my new one, so I know when I take it out, I'll know how long it's been in there or if it fails. But hopefully by changing them every year, I'm hoping that I don't have any fail. And then what I'm going to do is just leave inside of that box. I'm going to leave a note to myself just inside there in case those aren't legible, that I changed them out on that date. Alright, so when you might want some sort of screwdriver with metal and I'll show you why. So we've cut the power off, but these capacitors store energy. And like I said, so this is where you're going to want to take a photograph of your capacitor setup, okay? Good idea just to get your phone out, take a picture of what you got, so that if you forget, you can learn from that. Alright, so it looks like I can just pull that up, but these screws are actually holding the edge barely, so I need to figure out what size they are. See if that'll work. Yep. I'll put links to this Klein driver. This is great for any HVAC work. All these different sizes of nut drivers fit everything that you'll run into on HVAC equipment. And kind of push it up from the bottom. Just kind of push it up like that. Okay, get it up there where I can see it. And now what I'm going to want to do is make sure that capacitor is discharged before I touch anything. So I want to, using the insulated grip of my screwdriver, I want to lay it across the different terminals and make sure that there's no stored energy. This is a multimeter. You do not need to do this. This is only necessary if you're trying to confirm if a capacitor is good or bad. I just want to show it to you. So all multimeters don't have this capability, but this symbol right above my fingernail is the capacitance symbol. So if you have a multimeter with capacitance, this is where you're checking that 70 and 5 dual capacitor, 70 and 5 microfarads. Okay, so we're gonna take our common over here, and I'm going to take my Herm over here, and this should be the 70, and there it is, 70.4 microfarads. My fan is the 5 microfarad side, so if I touch my common and my fan, there it is, 5.08. And so this is a good capacitor that I'm putting in, and it says plus or minus 6%, so that's well within that range. So again, you don't have to do that, but I'm just letting you know how you test it. So if you were trying to troubleshoot your AC and you thought it was a capacitor, you could shut the power off, you could disconnect it, you could make sure that no energy was stored in there, and then you could test it and find out. Alright, I wasn't able to just pull that off, so I got some needle nose pliers to try and grab this. Okay, and that's off the Herm. Yep, it's off the Herm. So I want to go over here to the Herm, and I want to just put mine on there. This is the easiest way to do it, to not mess up anything, is to move one wire at a time. So this is on my common, so I'm going to take that off my common. My common's right here. Put this on my common. There we go. I'm going to drop this back in there. Alright, so we ended up having to take out these little screws all the way because they were catching just barely on that edge, even though they don't look like they're hardly doing anything. They're doing just enough to hold that in. Okay, so we got that back exactly like it was. So now our next move is gonna be this. Whoop. So got these two brown ones, and again I'm gonna want to discharge that, but right now I'm not even having to touch it, so this one's not on super tight. So I'm just gonna discharge that one, make sure that I touch both metal points so there's no stored energy, and then I'll take this one off. Take that off. Go ahead and that's our old one. So again, what I should have showed you on the new one is this is our 5 microfarad. So I'm gonna turn it to capacitance. And this one just has 2 points, so it doesn't matter which one. So I can touch this one to here, this one to here, and I got 5.08. Now I can switch these up and it's still gonna work. .08. So putting in good capacitors. This one fit just a little loose. Okay, that was tighter. That one's just a little loose. Okay. So that one's back in just like the other one. I made my little sign with my date on it, and I wrote on each capacitor, but this way I'll be able to see this as soon as I open this up. Just gonna set it in there, and then also let me just show you. I said I'm just changing these out on an annual basis, so these are still good. So again, you can test these, find out that, you know, this 5 microfarad capacitor that we took out, see, it's down to, let me just make sure I got a good connection here. Okay, so see, it's good, but it's down to 4.44. And that is much more than 6% off. Supposed to be within 5% on this one. So yeah, that's off. So it should have been, you know, 4.75 or above to be considered good, and it's below that. So 4.44. So it probably means that it was on its way out eventually. I don't know at what point it would have not worked. I don't know that much about it to know at what point they won't function correctly. But over a year's time, that's hundreds of times that this thing is kicked on and off. And so anyway, then this is our dual capacitor that we changed out. Fan common. This is our common. So this was our 5 microfarad portion, and it's probably still good because we never used it. Out of the dual capacitor, it's still at 4.932, and then out of the 70 microfarad side that we have been using, we're over 70. Still got 71. So this is still good. But like I said, I figure if I change them out every year, maybe I won't have any leave my family without AC. So they're cheap enough where I would rather just do it, and I'm doing it every year when I'm out here cleaning my coil anyway. So that's just what I do. So that's how you change them out, and I'll put links to everything in the video description. These Klein screwdrivers that are real good for HVAC work, and I'll put a link to the FLUKE multimeter that has the capacitance. And those multimeters vary in price. If you're only using it for this, you can get a really cheap one. Just make sure it has capacitance. But FLUKE is one of the higher brands, one of the more reputable brands. There's a lot of good ones though, and I'm sure that the cheaper ones would work for you as long as they have capacitance. So I hope that's been helpful. So now what we'll do, we'll put our cover back on, and then the last thing we do is put power to the unit. Hope that's been helpful.